Hello, hello, hello. Hope you have a lovely day. I suddenly remembered the password to this account because I lost the password to this account, and hooray! I'm back into this account. I can actually post in it again. Oh dear. So I think ooh, I can't even remember the last thing I put. I'm just walking in a random field because why not? I think the last thing I posted was just as I usually do, talking about how I feel and stuff. But I was gonna say, like, I think it's been a while. It's been like Christmas, something like that. I'm gonna say, yeah, things are alright, as things do, because things just end up working out somehow. I'm very much walking around. I don't know what the hell happened. I was talking about, what kind of career do I want to get into? What am I doing? What am I liking in? What am I? Oh, sorry, I'm looking at a random ass sequel. What do I like to do in uni? What I'm doing in uni. Do I enjoy it that much? The answer is yes, but it's one of those times you just kind of got to reflect on how you feel about things and think, damn, I really do want to just do something. I do want to be somewhere, being someone important, if you get what I mean. It's kind of like, that's a nice tree. It's kind of like, oh wow. Right now, maybe I have the foundation to do something, but I'm not really anywhere doing anything. And it's kind of like, damn, what now? And see, that's the thing I'm going to talk about now, because it's been a while. I don't know. I feel like sometimes people get very lost in the way they feel about literally anything, rather because of the brain fog or whatever's going on in the modern day and age, whether kind of brain rot or anything else. But a big part of that is just understanding. Yeah, I'm gonna walk further away from the cars. A big part of that, I think, is understanding a place to start, which I think a lot of people do know, but it's just kind of hard to because of whatever distractions in your life. And it may also be a case of, sometimes, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think things you want to do, it's the things you do are easy, it's just the process to get there is hard. Well, not exactly. Maybe the idea is easy, but the process of it's hard, better put. Say like going to uni, saying I want to go through 3 years and get a degree. And then you go in and suddenly, depending on the course, it may be a bit harder than you thought. Why am I walking in a random field? Anyway, but I do understand that sometimes plans just don't work out, You could have a 5-year plan to do everything perfectly. You could have a 5-year plan to be a professional runner and suddenly, I don't know, you get hit by a car. And that's more than anything what I want to say, when, put simple, when shit hits the fan, what do you do? And I was just kind of thinking, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're going to tell me, what the hell are you talking about? If you're trying to be a professional runner and you get your legs basically run over, how the hell does that matter, man? And to be honest, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter in a sense where it's a case where you're still alive, so you got to keep going and doing something. Obviously, it matters at the time to whatever your goal was, but you are a whole ass person. You're not just one idea. You're not just one thought in someone's head. You're more than one goal you had. So, to be honest, maybe it may be a situation where you can't be doing no running, but at the same time, you kind of just got to keep going. You got to remind yourself that even if this has been my goal, even if you've been doing this for life, and everything hits the fan, you can rather pick up the phone and try to do something about it, or you can just do something else. But you can't just sit there and sulk all day, because that's a big thing people do. People get very, very lost in what they do, and the moment stuff goes wrong, they get lost and just lose themselves. They simply just keep going, and eventually when something splits, something falls apart, they just kind of They go mad. They go absolutely mad. It's kind of like, damn, remember who you are. People going through school, people going through jobs, people going through anything, and their entire life feels like it's just that one thing they've been doing, just because they've been doing it for years, months, even maybe weeks. Maybe your job just feels that long, but it's rough. It's rough because people will generally just not know what to do with themselves once it's over. I mean, mainly with uni is a big example, but it's bad. Oh, damn, where the hell am I? I'm just walking this still. But no, I think the thing is, just keep looking forward. People need to keep looking forward. That's all I'm saying. You can focus on whatever you want. You can do what you want. You can spend 24/7, well, not 24/7, but you can spend 20 hours a day looking at Brainroll. As long as the other 4 hours are actually looking at something important or doing something important for yourself. Don't sit around doing nothing all day. Or don't sit around just doing nothing at all. Stupid. I think the best way to probably go about things is to just, as I said, keep moving. I'll probably talk about this before, but again, it's been a while. I haven't seen this account. I've been lost. But yeah. Oh my god, I
even got a mustache. It's really weird.
Yeah, for some reason I've grown facial hair, but I just don't think it's worth it sometimes. The crash out some people have. But everyone does. You could lose a game, you could lose anything. Some people are just competitive. The moment they lose something, they say, I hate everything. It's all over. It's like everyone gonna feel how I feel. It's that kind of feeling. But it's kind of just sitting there for a second and thinking, why am I feeling, why do I need everyone else to feel like this? And it is just a case of, I want everyone to know how I feel. Just a bit extreme. That's a nice truth. It's crazy. It's crazy. People forget how important empathy is to everyone else, or themselves, or just in general. My main point is, I think it's important to just keep moving, no matter if you feel that. Instead of putting all that energy into thinking how I'm going to make everyone else feel the same way I do, basically just feel like hell. What can I do to just fix myself? I've seen so many people lost in the madness of themselves because they just have some crazy idea, and maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't, but at some point something goes wrong, and I don't want to be in the vicinity when it does, because they just lose their shit. It's bad, but no, that's cool. I'm just saying, no matter what happens though, you're more than one goal, you're more than one person. Keep moving, keep being you, and just think of something else. If you were just one goal, you wouldn't be a human in the first place. Again, you're good. But yeah, don't lose yourself over none. Anyway, have a nice day. I'll see if I can post here again. How if I have the account back? Hooray! Anyway.